Hi everyone. We're going to be looking at Amazon right now. Uh, Hopefully today I'm just going to go through Amazon, Netflix, and Microsoft, wrap up these FANG type stocks, and see if we can catch any of them at a good price today. So let's set this off to the side for a minute and let's look at Amazon. So immediately I'm thinking it's at a decent time to buy. So we're just going to add in our 5 lines. And if you're not familiar with what we're doing, number one, we're just seeing what's like uh, the minimum, like where is the stock uh, falling to, and it seems like it's 82 is its low. We'll add another one up here to what seems to be its peak, which is about 188. We can even drop that down to about 187. We'll throw in another line of what I would say is a good time to sell, and this might fluctuate a little bit, but it seems like right around this number, around 174, which is so far away from where it is right now at 93. So, just first impressions, maybe this one is like a buy and hold for probably months on end, if not a year. But I'm just going to fill out my spreadsheet while we kind of look at the chart a little bit more. So the sell point we're saying is about 174. And then if I were to add in a buy point, this one could be a little bit trickier. We'll make this line green for us. And this one seems to be about like 103. This one again, I'm looking at more of a recent, like about mid 22 to today. If we look at it, there was some support back here in the fifth through seventh month of 22. Um, and then if we were to add in like just another fair value line, I'm gonna draw this in right around like here-ish, about 150. And so I'm basing these lines on the sell point, which maybe it's a little outdated since we're going back to 2020 up until late 21. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so we have the full 3 years. But it seemed like most of the time, at least during the 3 year period, was between this 150 and 174 range. And maybe we just need to scale it back in this most recent year because we're hanging out well below that 150 line. So this might need to be adjusted going forward. But just like the initial impression today, looking at the full 3 years, I'm pretty, I'm content with these lines. It's just, like I said, the recency bias of the most recent past year, uh, it seems to be on a downtrend, and so these are definitely the lines that I feel comfortable with. It's just if we scale this up to just the past year, so we'll zoom in to just 2022 really. So right around here-ish, this red bar, if you can see around like 165 to today, if I had to draw in different lines, we can still keep the black lines because that's still the peak and the bottom. But then the sell point, if I were to draw in like, I'll make these ones half the thickness. If I were to draw in a separate sell point, it seems like it's dancing around this. Like our buy point that we just marked out at 104, that almost seems like it's the sell point in the most recent period from at least November till today. So that's that's definitely interesting to see. So if we were to just map this out using the most recent times, yeah, like 103, and then technically like the buy point would be like 82, and then that middle ground would be about 92, and that's right around where it is now. So I'm not sure how to play this one quite yet. I think overall it's at a decent price, just considering Amazon's likely to trend back up in the long term. But at least in the short term, if we kind of diagnose this one in a very short term, in the past like 6 months, we'll say, then right now is actually a decent price. You might want to wait until it drops down to 82. I don't know if we'll see a low like that again from this company, but it does seem to be right at that fair value of 91. So I think if you break it down into short term, now's a fair time to buy. It could potentially drop down to 83, and I think that would just be an opportunity to add on to the position and then possibly sell at 103. Yeah, this one's just stepping downwards, but it does seem to have a bottom at 82. So I guess if I just stick with the preliminary numbers, the preliminary thick line bars, the buy point would be about 103, and since we're at 93, I'm definitely interested in buying this one. I'd have to look into more of the news and their quarterly reports to fully understand, is this one clearly on a downtrend, but just at a very preliminary, looking at the numbers basis, this one seems like a decent time to buy, so I will mark that on our cheat sheet here. I'll mark it green as a time to buy. But yeah, the intermediary trend for that 6 month period, even if we were to go back a year, like back to like March, yeah, it's clearly locked in a downtrend. So for this one, I would say if we don't have anything with Amazon, now is a decent time to buy it. If you do have some in Amazon, maybe we can wait a little bit to see if it drops below that 91 value and closer to 82. But overall, I think this one's a decent time to buy or add to the position at anything less than 103. And if that is the case and it comes back towards the second half of the year, I think it could easily climb back up to 150 again. And if it does, maybe that's a time to sell, say, like half your position, because that would be a 50% improvement, and that'd be a great number. Uh, but yeah, just as a preliminary basis, that's kind of how I feel about this one. Now would be a decent time to add or buy into it, with the potential to even add on more in the next couple weeks, see if it drops lower. So that's kind of where I'm standing on this one at the moment. I think it's currently at 93. I would buy it at 103 or less. So I think it's a decent time to buy. So that's how I see it. Let me know your thoughts, uh, in case I'm missing something in terms of their expectations going forward. And yeah, just curious to know what your thoughts are. But that's where I stand as of right now. And we'll kind of keep updated on this as the days go by. But yeah, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.